We are in Devorah, Perek Sheni, towards the end, and we're talking about, I don't want to use the term shortcuts, because there are some texts that give us shortcuts of how to gain good midos. But here he's saying, he told us that there are three components of an elixir or a special medicine to develop humility in us. But now he wants to say there's another way. And he says one way is start respecting others. Respect every creature. Now, when we say creatures, automatically I'm thinking of the pigeons that I shoot away this morning. They are Hashem's creatures. Or that, we used to have a neighbor that would feed the cats in our building, in our property. And according to her cheshbon, there were 17 cats. Okay? Fine. Listen, she can do whatever you want. What are you going to do? Tsar Balei Chaim. It's a big mitzvah. So machlokes is in the Gemara, whether it's Devorah or Rabbanon. Okay? The Gemara in Shabbos, Rabban Gamliel holds that it's the Rabbanon. Rabbi Meir and others hold it's Devorah. So misafek, there's Tsar Balei Chaim. So she moved out of the building, 2-3 years ago. She still comes to feed the cats every morning. And I'm trying to walk in and they're there and it's, But I always tell the cat, I'm not going to harm you. I'm not going to do anything to you. Some of them don't listen. What? What's so funny? There was no joke. There's not. He's like, Rabbi, give us the punchline. No, I'm just saying that if we're talking about Nivraim and respecting Nivraim creatures, it means that we have to respect all of the creatures that God created. Not just orangutans. Very, very strange example. Why, Rabbi, did you pick orangutans? Well, I'm looking around here. No, I'll tell you, Rabbi Gottlieb sent me an email of an article that he posted on his blog on the genetics of the apes compared to human beings. So I was reading about all of that. Very interesting article. If you're interested, just look up on his blog. So do we need to, is he talking about respecting animals? When he's saying, L'chabed nivraim kulam? So he says, you have to recognize that every person, every human being that God created, He created with chokhmah, with wisdom. Sometimes you meet people and you think, hello, McFly. But Lamaisa, you're supposed to look at every single person and recognize and see the chokhmah that God placed in that individual. There's chokhmah in each and every one of us. Some of you, because I've spent some time with you, don't believe it. This is the sad part. Some people think they have the mentality of a loser. I can't this, I don't have that. Come on. You're not going to be able to convince me that Kadosh Baruch Hu made a mistake and created you essentially as waste. Chas v'shalom. Oy v'avoy for any human being, even a goy, to think that. Kadosh Baruch Hu created and put in each one of us tremendous power. The Shala, are you going to actualize it? Move it from potentiality to actuality? Or are you going to just remain in potentiality? Rabbi Tatz gave a talk here once a long time ago that I was zoichet to hear. You brought a very interesting idea. There are benefits in potentiality and there are benefits in actuality. Which is true. Potential, just imagine you're laying in bed, it's 7 a.m. You're awake in bed. The potential in front of you is you can do anything. You can go up to Tzfat, you can go to Daven, you can go to the mikveh, you can go sit and learn, you can go work, you could do endless opportunities are available for you. Correct? But you got to get out of bed. Potentiality means that you're not actualizing anything. You have all these options. I have this option and that option and this option and this. Okay, fine, good. Well, put one of them into action. What's the downside of actualizing? You can only actualize one of them. But the plus side, you did something. You did something. So you have to look at the potential that you have, what Hashem put in you, and start actualizing. Do something. Do something positive for yourself, for others. A lot of the Musar, the way that I look at it, is very early connected sources of what we call today coaching. You ever met people who are coaches? Right? What's the difference between criticism and a coach?
Coaching is uplifting.
So, okay, that was a rhetorical question. Thank you for playing. You want to answer a rhetorical question? No. It's rhetorical question means that I throw a softball in the air and I'm going to hit it. I don't need you to try to strike me out. Criticism is that suit's ugly and you're about 30 pounds overweight. But coaching is, if you get into shape, you'll feel better, you'll be more attractive, and you'll need to buy a brand new suit. It's a different mindset. What we try to do as your Rabbi Yeshivat Ohr Somayach is not only teach you Torah, but also help you move ahead. And we try not to criticize you. Hey, bum, nothing's going to happen from you. Put the Gemara down, and that's it. There's no hope for you. You want to get married, shidduchim? Look at this. God forbid. Chas v'shalom. Chas v'shalom. Yes? You seem to enjoy the shir more than everybody else. What do you know? Yes, sir.
What do you do if somebody talks to you like that?
What do I do if somebody talks to me like what? Like criticism?
But like, you're a bum.
Well, first of all, it depends. It depends who's doing it.
A close friend.
A close parent friend. Friend. Well, look, if parents are critical, and they're not providing constructive criticism, remember you have the laws of kibud avaim, which means that it limits your reaction.
It's not a parent.
I'm just saying. I didn't say that you said it's a parent. It's
Tyler talks to me like that.
Tyler, you calling him a bum?
On a regular basis.
That doesn't.
Every day.
I apologize.
No. But you have to remember, if you're trying to motivate somebody, it's not about cutting them down. Successful people are individuals. Listen, I'm serious. If you ask a serious question, I try to. If you guys want to laugh and be the two old men from the Muppets, vakasha. But then I will move on. Is he right or wrong that what?
Like, is what you're saying, is it true or not? Does it apply? Am I a bum?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. That's not what you're
I
asking.
definitely think
Yeah, I'm
that
asking, I'm
there's
more-
probably the conversation probably isn't for sure, but there's moments where me and Shai definitely get into it, but I'm very
It's
Well,
respectful.
I'm very
I want to say something. I want to say something. The question always, when let's say you have somebody who is, I'm actually with Tyler, I would give a different answer. But the people on who are watching this, and maybe the people here don't know Tyler, so I want to give an answer that would fit individuals who are not as sensitive and as listening and very caring as Tyler. Because if you get, let's say it was somebody that had less patience, like me. So the question is for you, is your reaction, okay? Well, you don't need to throw a yarmulke off. It's just, I'm giving you positive advice here. You have to look at it like this. You have to look at it like this. Kadosh Baruch Hu is sending me a message. The message is coming at me a little harsh, which means that I need to start paying attention to what I'm doing with myself. That is, don't focus on the individual and he hurt my feelings and make it all about him. Look at it as Kadosh Baruch Hu sent me warning light. Rabbi Matalon was trying to motivate me, that didn't work. He tried this way, tried that way, however it is, didn't work. So now I have this. And you have to look at it as, this is an opportunity. It's a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call. And the question is, what do you want to do? A lot of people, and this is sad to say, take those sort of things as they are being victimized. And they were mistreated, disrespected, they need their safe space, they need a hug, and they look at it as they are a victim. Well, a victim means that you are no longer responsible to do anything. And therefore, you're losing the opportunity to succeed in life. So that's what I would say. Sometimes people would say something to you, if they know you, and they're harsh, it might be they're just frustrated with them recognizing your talent and seeing that you're not really doing anything. So they are sort of exasperated. If they're people that don't know you and don't really care about you, so who cares what they're saying? Right? That's what I would tell you.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. So he says like this. You have to look at every human being as containing something special from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This is not easy to do. Because sometimes when we think this way, it makes us think that there's competition between us and them. That is, if I look at this person as smart, important, I see good in him, then automatically I'm putting myself down, and therefore it's a competition and I have to put him down so I could feel better about myself. But that's really wrong. It means you're very insecure about who you are. If you have to put other people down to feel good about who you are, then the emperor is not wearing any clothes. Kol beseder? So, okay. He says that you have to think this way, that if you were disrespectful to another human being, it's that you are being disrespectful to their maker. Hashem made them. Hashem made Mike, Hashem made David, and Hudi, and Yosef, and each and every one of us. And therefore, when we treat the others, we're essentially saying, Kadosh Baruch Hu, you blew it. You blew it. Because what have you done here? Look at this. Look at this. And so, chas v'shalom, if you're going to embarrass somebody, to put somebody down, it means that you are putting down the Kadosh Baruch Hu himself, because he is the one that made you the way you are. So the same thing that if you're putting yourself down, with your low self-esteem and your low whatever, all these other issues that people have this generation, there are people who think, mamish, they think that they are losers. They walk around like that. It's terrible. No? What's so funny, Dan? You're thinking about David? What? He called you an Iranian spy?
Last night I sent the James Bond pictures to him.
You sent what?
James Bond pictures.
So if anything, David's an spy.
You know, was one of those things that if I didn't know it, my life would have been better. I can never get that 10 seconds back. What are you walking around shaking hands in the middle of Shir? What are you running for office? Hey Walker, how you doing? Next thing I know, he stands in the street kissing babies. Then they come from the, Masharim and beat him up. It's plastic, tzaddik. Don't eat plastic. It's not good for you. Microplastic in your system. Yeah, you haven't heard of these articles? What?
Microplastics.
That's why he's serving us. Would you like some more microplastics?
I gotta push an agenda.
Tov. Second, so one is work on respecting every human being. Treat them with respect. Oh, you have a question on that? You're against treating people with respect? You notice he didn't say no. Like, well, here it depends. Depends on adult underwear, my friend.
Rabbi doesn't even know what I'm going to ask.
Maybe I do.
We have that zapper over there in the side room that's just killing insects. Like if insects are bugging you, no pun intended. Do you have to?
Wait. I'm sorry. This has nothing. No, I said that was my Hava Mina, but he said respect human beings. So he moved from creatures to human beings. And he's talking about human beings. You want to go back to the Hava Mina and talk about flies. So if you want to respect all flies, vakasha. Fine, start a non-profit.
So we can just kill insects.
FIDA.
With no issue.
Flies, right? What?
Would Rabbi say that it's fine then to kill insects without any?
If they are bothering you, yes. You can't kill them on Shabbos? Who said that? I need a name and a phone number. Okay, even that, if you learn the sugya in Shabbos, is a big machlokes. It's true that we say that we don't kill, but under certain conditions we are allowed to. Let's say a scorpion or a snake that is posing a danger on Shabbos, you're allowed to kill it. because it's posing a danger. We're not doing Hilchot Shabbos. What? No. We want to do Musar. What if my grandmother had wings? Would she fly for TWA? You don't even know what TWA is. Trans World Airways. What do you want to ask, Tzaddik?
What if it's like a scary spotter?
Toda Rabba. Thank you. I'm sure that now you asking this question, you feel a lot better about who you are. That's coaching. Can we move forward, please? Shaya, do you want what? What?
Specifically, it's related to bugs.
Number 2. Get used to, habituate yourself to loving your fellow Jews. Some people are harder to love than others. That's true. But if the guy is here only 2.5 weeks, how difficult could it be? Right? Right? So, all right, you let him take your shampoo. All right, he's using your slippers. It is what it is. But underwear, I get it. There's got to be a red line. You cannot take people's underwear. So he says, you should love every Jew, even Rashaim. And that's hard. But you're looking at a Rasha saying, Hashem, help him become a tzaddik. Help him return and do tshuva. Like Moshe Rabbeinu says in Bamidbar, chapter Yud Aleph, he says, Mi yiten kol am Hashem nevim. Moshe Rabbeinu says, I would give everything for the entire Jewish people to be prophets. Lama lo? Why not? Because he truly loved the Jewish people. He loved every single Jew. And so, what's wrong with your arm? What are you doing? Your self-massage. Does that even work?
Yes. No.
Who said yes? You're lucky there's a camera here. Otherwise, you would have the professional tell us if this thing works. No, I mean, are you in pain or something?
It's
Long story. Are you left-handed or right-handed? Thank God it's on your left hand. Thank God it's on your left hand. So you have the right hand to massage. So he says the way that you do this to get a level of loving every Jew is look at the good midos that every person has. Each and every one of you has good midot. Yes, we all have bad midot. He's not going to come late again, is he? We started 3, my friend.
Yeah. I thought we started now.
You thought wrong.
Oh,
3 o'clock.
my bad.
I know.
Rabbi, it's okay.
We love you anyway.
I love you too. I'll do better next time.
I'm sure. There's no hava amina otherwise. Always look at the good midot that people have. It's easy to pick up negative midot. You can be with somebody and realize, I don't like this guy for this reason, or that reason, or that's the reason. But if you focus on the negative, then you're not going to have ava. You're not going to make good friends. And things are not going to be good. Just focus on the good. And that is very important for those of you who are contemplating shidduchim. You think that this girl that you're going to meet has only good qualities? No, she has bad, but focus on the good. And if you see that there's more good than what bothers you, then kadima, go to the next date. Then the next one. So, yeah.
Because we're created in the image of Hashem and we tend to mimic.
Image of God, not Hashem.
There's different.
We're learning Kabbalah, yeah, there's a difference.
So the difference, we're created in the image of God, and we have a natural tendency to just view the negative quicker. Does that also mean that God has that tendency, or is that more of our Yetzer Hara?
Yes, Yetzer. Yeah. But you don't have to see the bad. There was a guy who went on shidduchim, and every time he went with a girl, he found out the one thing he didn't like about her. Something's wrong with her eye. Okay, go next one. Something that she's got her ear is crooked. Everybody's ear is crooked. No, it's like really crooked. Okay, next. That is, if you keep looking for what's wrong, you'll find it. There's got to be something wrong with, oh, yeah, that's it. Focus on the good. So what? She's 300 pounds. So what? What are you saying? No. If that's what happens when you see her say, wow, all this for me? And accept it, be joyful. Kadosh Baruch Hu sent you. And if that's your beshert, that's your beshert. Don't be so shallow.
You can cook for her, make her nice salads.
Ay. What did you want to say?
Okay, I'm just going to ask if you can elaborate on what you just said about image of God versus image of Hashem.
No. We're not getting into that right now. Sorry. The pasuk says Elokim. B'tzelem Elokim. Doesn't say B'tzelem Hashem.
Different attributes.
God doesn't have attributes.
It's just kind of the way he wants us to see.
No, we're not getting, I said we're not getting, yeah, I know you're trying to suck me in there. Come on, Rabbi.
Rabbi, you opened this can of worms.
No, I did not open a can of worms. I just corrected a wrong statement. That's it. It's nothing in the Torah is a can of worms. Can of worms. Nick, how am I doing today? Yeah? What's with the skull with the glasses on the... What does it symbolize?
What does it symbolize? I don't know. It's from my golf course.
Golf course. You have your own golf course. Wow.
I wish.
Tov. I'll give you, he gives an example that reminded me of a conversation I had with somebody this morning. Excuse me.
Our conversation just
No,
now.
somebody, I walked into the yeshiva, coming down, I got to talk to you. Can I please have breakfast? Okay, I didn't say anything. So he says, this is Tomer Devorah. I'm not, He says, when you are by a poverty-stricken Jew, just imagine if this guy would be a billionaire, how happy you would be to be around him. And when people are around very wealthy, successful people, they feel good about themselves. They're like, wow, I hobnob with the best. Look at this. What do you do? Oh, I'm a billionaire. What are you? I didn't buy billionaire. What are you? A tri-billionaire. Ooh, wow. Baruch Hashem. It's Kiddush Hashem that there's wealthy Jews who are keeping Torah and mitzvahs and are donating and doing all those wonderful things. But we like being around successful people. He says, imagine even the people that you don't really like to be. If they were wealthy, you would love them. You would look away from all their faults. Then you would accept them with all their eccentricity. That's the word, eccentricity. All their picadillos. All their weird behavior because they're successful and wealthy. And so yeah, there are guys in Mechina that might not be the symbol of wealth and success. But that's because they haven't gotten there yet. You get a chance to connect with Jews that will be the next future. You're looking around like, no, not him. I saw that. He's only here for 2.5 weeks. Leave him alone. He's going to be a big success, I'm telling you. Take his number. Oh, hey, you got it. You killed one. Okay. And so he says that you have to change your mindset to develop love of every Jew. Even if he sleeps in the middle of your class, right in front of your face. It's okay. It's pasta day, pasta makes you sleepy. What? There was pasta today. Of course not. That's why. If you eat it, tov. So we are now going to enter the 3rd chapter, and so we'll stop here for the day. Mincha will start in about